Welcome to Under the Sun podcast. I'm Aileeah.
And I'm Irene. Grab a cup of coffee and your comfiest sweats and join us every Monday as two best friends discuss everything from raising free-range gremlins to business and really everything under the sun.
Let's get started, and thanks for being here.
Welcome.
Hi. Welcome to you. How are things?
Good. Stretched. Slow down, hun.
Every time we do the check of oh yeah, we're in focus. Sitting up straight, and then we hit record, and I'm
Yeah. Immediately just hunch over.
Well, I think it's breastfeeding. Dan's I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. But it's so hard.
And the heavier they get, once they're toddlers, it's
well, it gets more violent, honestly.
It does.
Dave was like, why is she moving so much? I'm like, this is just how she nurses now. It's like acrobatic. She's
Remember all those videos I sent you when you were like, nope, no thanks, don't want to see them.
Yeah,
it's
but
all right.
You don't know until you know. Your nipple gradually gets more sturdy over time. Yeah. My kid, this is definitely a ladies podcast, not a men's podcast, but definitely drew blood the other day. So I don't know why. Ooh. I think I was just too busy. I was busy packing up. And so she was with that day she was with three different family members for in the house babysitting, which is fine. But I think she was frustrated about it. And so she took it out on my nipples. So
that's one of those things where I kind of forgot already. It's only been 2 months since I haven't weaned, but as soon as you said that, phantom pain came back. I was like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. How are things with you?
Good. There's a rain notification.
I still don't have a phone.
You don't have a phone.
No. But
I will track the weather for you, and then you can call me a grandmother just like Jacob does.
I mean, Dave tracks the weather for us. Yeah. He's like, Leah, it's going to storm. We got to go to the basement. I'm like, it'll be fine.
I had to call Jake during the last storm. I'm like, hey, there's a storm. There's only a 2% tornado chance out of 2 out of 5. He's like, okay, thanks. All he said was, okay, thanks. Well, you'll appreciate it when
it is.
When it is.
Mm-hmm. Are you excited about today's episode?
Yes.
Yeah, we went on a trip.
We sure did.
Recently.
I'm a cowboy.
Yeah. I actually have our cowboy hats hanging up in our house already.
Oh, yay.
Which I'm really excited about because I'm going to use it. I'm going to wear it a lot.
I plan on wearing mine when I go to your house.
Good. I'll force you to garden with me so we can spend time together, but also be productive.
Yes. After I test out that tick spray.
Yep.
Somehow it found me standing on flat grass in your front yard.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't either. I didn't brush up against anything.
Did it come from the tree? Did it fall from overhead?
Maybe.
Anyways, yeah, we're getting lots of chickens tomorrow, about 10 of them tomorrow to help eat the ticks, which would be great.
Yes.
We'll keep them around forever as long as they eat the ticks.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, we just got back from a trip. Our first really family vacation, and we have more coming up.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So we're going on a family cruise. So we'll definitely do a podcast from the cruise. We have already planned it.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about it.
Me too.
But, so stay tuned for that. But we're talking about how to survive a family vacation with toddlers.
/babies. Yes. However you travel with babies, toddlers, whether it's flight or car, it's not easy. Not to say anything oh, good luck. You'll never survive it, because you will. And it'll be fun if you make it fun. But you gotta kind of pre-plan a little bit.
Yeah, if you go in with the expectation that it's going to be perfect, then it's going to suck.
Yeah.
But you kind of just have to be like, yep, this might as well happen. All right, let's go.
Yeah. So we went from Illinois to Wyoming, which is I think the GPS said
21 hours.
21 hours when we started out. And we took 2 vans because we had to take all of the camera gear in one, and then we had 2 full families going, hers and mine, and we caravanned, which every time we'd have to stop and pull over on the way there. I was like, they're gonna hate traveling with us, but
we had to stop too because it'd be like Leo pooped her pants.
Yeah,
Leo was really mad, or someone else needed to take a dump. It just
oh yeah,
it is what it is. And
I just want to say though, traveling with kids is different than traveling with husbands. But for our jobs, we used to go back and forth to Nashville all the time, and our husbands stop every 30 minutes.
The tiniest bladders on the planet, which is a mineral deficiency, by the way.
Interesting.
I'll send you that podcast. I thought I did.
Probably. I was in a slump where I couldn't do podcasts. I couldn't listen to podcasts. But now I'm podcasting it up. But So I think I like binged podcasts so heavy for so many years that I'm like, I need a break. I need like a Netflix break, but a podcast break. And now I'm revamped again. But we did the same trip to Nashville, just the girls, and we stopped once.
Bladders of steel, baby. A shirt!
Yes.
Bladders of steel.
Including, I think we made that trip twice while I was pregnant. And I think I had to stop like 1 or 2 more times than normal. And the guys still outstopped me.
It's hilarious. But I did learn that it is basically like you drink water and then you just pee it out like immediately. You have to pee a whole bunch. Like if you hear someone say like, "Oh, you don't drink water because it makes me have to go to the bathroom all the time." It's like, okay, that means your water's not absorbing into your cells and you're just peeing it out. So get some Celtic sea salt. We'll put it in our Amazon storefront. Do not use table salt. It is trash. Like,
yes, it
literally
will
go to your cabinet,
water.
Strip you of your water, and literally kills your taste buds. So that's why people who like table salt, they always end up adding more and more and more and more because it just keeps killing off your taste buds until you're dead.
Yep.
So anyways, add Celtic salt like a little under your tongue and then sip your water through the day and you won't be going to the bathroom all the time. And you'll feel a lot better.
I think the guys, it's because
End of rant.
I love your rant. I think the guys is they would stop and then they would get not like a Gatorade. They would get a Gatorade and then both of the guys are chuggers.
Also, why are they drinking Gatorade?
I don't know.
It's like a road trip thing that Dave thinks. He's like, I'm on a road trip.
I need electrolytes. I'm like, I have electrolytes in this little bottle. I could just drop it.
Yeah, but they want the sugar is what it is.
Yeah. But they would drink the whole thing. I have to pee. Oh, me too. And then they'd stop. Well, we got to buy something if we're going to the bathroom. And they'd get another big one. I'm like, get a small one.
Yeah. Or sip. Damn. Just sip the drink instead of like 5 minutes into the trip. They're like, it's already gone. I'm like, that's why.
One of my kids sips it like me. And the other kid chugs it. Because I turned around. And it's Nova. Nova's a chugger. So I turned around and she's like, can I have brothers? And I was like, where's your, I just got her that drink. I was like, where's your drink? It's gone. And Riker's is full and mine is full and Jake's coffee's at half. And I'm like, no, you're not taking your brother's drink.
Okay.
So don't chug your drinks. That's the tangent of the day.
We have so many tangents. You just have to.
Yes.
Just buckle up. Here we go.
We have so many tangents.
But anyways, how to survive.
Yes.
And thrive and love your road trips.
Yes.
Or just trips in general with your kiddos. Like,
and your husband.
And do it. Take the dang trips. Like,
yeah.
People always say like, oh, like she's young. I'll wait to take her on a trip when she's older. Like, but if you have the opportunity, it's really great to see your little, like me, my child was 11 months old, to see her experience things for the first time.
Like my kids are not going to remember stopping on the side of the road to save a stray baby cow. I will. And my son's not going to remember pooping on the side of the road, but I will remember him pooping on the side of the road.
I will remember that too. Did we tell the cow story?
No.
We should post that on our channel because we filmed it.
Yeah. We'll post a little. There's so much footage. It's going to be a minute before we get that up, but we'll post a little mini under the sun vlog of our trip. But we're the same. We did wait a little bit later till we had kids, because we just had some stuff we wanted to do first, and
the feminist scared me.
I think I was ready sooner, but Jacob wasn't, and a baby's a commitment. You really want to make sure you and your husband are on the same page, so we definitely waited until both of us were ready. But waiting later, like, we got to travel, we got to do all these cool things. And when we had our kids, it wasn't like, ugh, I got to dump these kids with someone so I can go on a cruise. It's like, no, come on, like, where can we go? Like, the world is massive and it's beautiful. What can we experience while you're young?
For instance,
while you want to hang out with me. Yeah. Before you hate me forever.
So last night, my drummer, Doug, had a show at a family-friendly place. Like, it served alcohol, but it was a family-friendly place, and it was an all-ages show. And so many people were like, it's so great that you brought your daughter out. And I'm just like, what do you want me to do with her? Like, people usually just get a sitter or just don't come.
Yeah.
I was like, I want her to, like, she loves music.
Yeah.
Go dance and go dance.
Yeah.
Go have fun. Just take your kids.
Like, take a time. If you need a break, this morning we needed a break. So we went and hung out this morning all by ourselves. But if you're going, at least for us, if we're going on a trip, we want the kids to go. Yeah. Like, if I'm going on a cruise, I'm sure when they're 14 and 16, we'll go on a cruise without them and it'll be great. But for now, it's like, I think if I showed up on a beach, knowing my kids have never seen a beach before, I wouldn't be happy. I would start crying. Not like Riker would have loved to have seen that crab. And it's going to be different cruising with kids versus cruising not. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it'll be great.
We got neighboring rooms.
And
by we, I mean I booked the reservation and I on purpose said neighboring rooms, even though Jacob was like, they probably don't want to be right next to us. It's like, doesn't matter because there's no cell phones and I want to be able to harass my friends all day and night.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. And like, we just travel well together. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, tips. What tips do you have? You got 2 kids.
Yes.
And you travel a lot with them.
I do travel a lot with them. I've driven and I've flown and we always have an iPad with pre-downloaded stuff, and whatever you think about iPads and children and whatever, then that's your business. But we are very cautious we basically have 2 old iPads that barely work anymore. We wiped them. They have their own Apple ID. We've pre-downloaded games that we approve of, shows that we approve of, and then we put it on airplane mode so there's no like searching or swiping of anything else. And that is a lifesaver.
Yeah. Because there is, I was like battling that because with going on the trip, I was like, oh, I don't want to give her an iPad because I want her, like, she plays so well by herself.
Yeah.
Like, and with me, like, she just has a really good attention span. I was like, I don't want to ruin that. But also you have to understand, for us, it was a 21 hours without stopping.
Yeah.
And you have to realize, like, what am I asking of this 11-month-old? Is it too big of too grown up of a task to sit in their car seat for 21 hours?
What's the longest she'd ever been in her car was only a couple hours, right?
It's like 2 hours. Yeah. So, same. We also downloaded, like, my thing is like, I want not overstimulating things. Yeah. So like, like a little bit boring of like Little Bear.
Yeah.
The old like Winnie the Pooh or like Adventures in Odyssey type things, like very simple and like no wokeness.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's my thing. And so we downloaded same airplane mode, but we bought a mount for the headrest so that, we can link it. We can link that the like it mounted up there so that she wasn't like poking around just in case, I don't know, she'd turn the airplane. I didn't realize that you could lock it until like halfway through the trip. But
so for those of you that don't know, I actually told a client about it this week when I was doing her hair. Her daughter's, I think my son's age, maybe a little bit younger. She didn't know that you can lock an iPhone. If you have an Android, sorry, you're out of luck. But with an iPhone, there's a setting you can do, which maybe I'll do a little reel of it or something on, because you have to enable it once, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But once you enable it and set up a password, all you do is triple click the side button and it locks them in the app. So they can, you can do it. We used to do it with Riker where he couldn't scroll. And then he was getting too frustrated that he wanted to change the video, and we turned that setting on. So you just click a button and my kids can scroll through downloaded videos. They can click whatever video they want. So once you're comfortable and they're old enough that you feel like they can have that freedom, still all pre-approved, but watch whatever you want out of these 20 things. Yeah. And they like it more and they're not crying at you every 5 minutes to change it for you. But that is the most helpful thing.
Yeah. Because you have to ask, like, is this an unrealistic expectation that they'll be quiet and well behaved for 20 hours in the car?
When we drove the second or third week of May, we drove to Tennessee, pretty far into Tennessee. And then we drove back, and then we were home for a week, and then we drove to Wyoming, and then we drove back. And so the next maybe 2 or 3 times we got in the car, my 4-year-old, Mom, are we going to be in the car long? So even though he's older and a trooper, like, it's still a lot to ask them.
Yeah.
Stop crying, stop talking. It's like, no, they're kids that are used to wiggling and fairly free-range little gremlins.
Yeah. My, I just like the first one I have on my list is boobs and snacks. Boobs and snacks, everybody.
Mine were done with boobs this time, but there have been lots of me dangling over a car telling my husband not to hit a deer.
Yeah.
If so, I'm going through the windshield.
Seriously. And the quirky positions you put yourself in to nurse. But that works out really well. And lots of snacks. Like I want to get it on video so bad. Like, so if I get it, I'll post it on Under the Sun. Like, if I'm driving and she wants a snack, like, her little hand will go up and she'll go like this. And she's like, give me a snack, and then I'll hand back like whatever cute snack I have, and then it'll be quiet for a couple minutes, and then I'll look at the review, and she's like, give me a snack. It's really sweet. So,
that's so
snacks
cute.
And boobs.
Another one: be okay with stopping as much as you need. I'm so grateful because I did not marry someone who has to make time. Like, as I've already said, he stops more than I do.
I did.
Did you?
But he also has a very small bladder, so it's a very hard life.
Right. And I sometimes I'm like, we have been in the same 3-hour section for 7 hours. We have to go, and he's the one sometimes that's like, who cares? We'll get there when we get there, and that's that. So a handful of times we would stop and just let the kids run around. It's like nobody needed to go to the bathroom, but the kids needed to get out and just run. So we'd stop at a rest stop, let them run in the grass, and
I literally have let them run and play and touch grass.
Yes.
I mean, just seriously, let them be maniacs and, run with them because goodness, you need the blood circulation too from sitting after that long. But let them run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more hyper aware of like the possibility. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, but the possibility of blood clots, because pregnancy, that's like your blood volume doubles.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever your blood volume does. But I flew a handful of times with my first pregnancy, and I was like, what if I get a blood clot from sitting too long? But ever since then, now I'm like, I've been sitting too long. Let's get going.
Yeah.
But
your lymphatic system needs it to move.
Yes. But with traveling, with stopping as much as you need, you have to make it an experience. Because if their little bladders are even smaller, they're teeny tiny little bladders, and if they've got to go, they've got to go. And if you're frustrated at them every time they stop, like they're gonna feel that. And while they may not remember the vacation, they'll have the thoughts of, oh, vacations aren't fun, or mommy yells at me all the time during vacation. So
because I have to go to the bathroom, even though she just trained me to go to the bathroom, and that was such a positive thing.
Yes.
You gotta like give grace to your kiddos.
Yeah.
I mean, I also have a fidget mat. I don't know, a fidget book thing I got off Amazon.
Really cool. My kids loved it. Every time we stopped the car, can I play with Leo's book?
I told you guys you could borrow it. It's really great. It has like little zippers and like different textures of felts and buttons and snaps and just basically things for them to fidget with. Yeah. And that entertained her for hours. Yeah. Like I would give her like the center page zips out. Mm-hmm. You just give them, like I gave her one side. And she was entertained for hours. And then the next day, because we kind of split it up and would stay at hotels because for one thing, we were all exhausted, but also the kids needed to rest and stuff. So that was really nice. So we'll put that in our Amazon storefront.
Which, if you're new, welcome. We finally have an Amazon.
I know.
I'm excited.
We're growing up in the podcast world.
We sure are. We're professionals.
No. We're just trying our best.
Just two moms trying our best.
Yeah.
But yes, we do have an Amazon. I'm super excited about that. So we can post.
Thanks for setting that up.
Always. You're welcome. I always love like window shopping people's things.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
What toys do you have?
Yeah. What toys do you like take on trips?
Yeah. I'm curious. Tell us in the comments.
I did take that little, we have a little, Nova loves it. It's supposed to be a little puzzle sets, but it has like little pop in and outs, bubble things. Mm-hmm. And she loves that thing. Yeah. She just sits there and like pokes it in, like all of them in, and then flips it over and pokes them on. I'm like, great. Yeah. That's awesome. That wasn't on my list. My number one tip probably would be sit in the back, which I know like people expect, like, oh, I'm going to put the kid in the car seat and sit in the front and scroll on my phone for hours or read a book. Like, I brought books, which I did read while she was napping. Yeah. But I also did scroll some because I was like, hey, I'm on vacation too. Yeah. But like, I sat in the back most of the time because it's got to be confusing for a kid to, she's rear facing. So she's like, okay, I just see like this minivan.
Yeah. Where's my parents?
Yeah. And so we just sat in the back and we read lots of books over and over and over again. Yeah. And then, when either I got tired or she got fed up with it, that's usually when we give the iPad.
Yeah. I took a lot of books fully into it. Was like 22 hours. I can knock out so many books, but
sorry, I'm playing footsie with you.
That's okay. But my kids did not nap at the same time, no matter how hard how much can you try when they're both just sitting there? But we'd like quiet the music down, like take the iPads away, and then one would be chatty and one would be asleep, and then they'd flip flop, and so have expectations, but don't have them so tightly that you feel like, ugh, I want it. Because a couple times I did, and I felt guilty. I'm like, I've been trying to read this book for 2 hours, and then I thought, they've never been in a car. They have been in a car this long, but
they're also
they've
kids.
never been this age in the car this long. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Give yourself and your children grace.
Yeah, it's just parenting in a different location.
Yes.
And with just additional challenges.
Yes.
Honestly.
because you don't know what's baby proofed. You don't know who these strangers are. You don't know who your neighbors are.
Yeah. On that note, do you want to talk about some just quick safety tips?
Yeah.
That we kind of, you guys know us. I mean, unless you're new here, you don't. But welcome. We're glad you're here. We're really passionate, obviously, about keeping our kids safe. And that obviously doesn't go away when we travel. It actually gets heightened. I would say I'm a little anxious sometimes depending on the situation of where we're traveling at or the type of store we're in. But I would always say carry a firearm and be vigilant of wherever you stop.
Yes, firearm, and when that's not possible, definitely mace. I don't go literally anywhere without mace.
Yep.
And test it out. That's another thing. Test it out because I had...
in a well-ventilated area.
I had one mace that we accidentally maced ourselves, and then we knew it was a good mace. But then I had one mace that I had on my keychain. I probably had it on my keychain for 3 years, and
they expire, though.
And I knew that, but I was like, okay, whatever. Plus, I'm like 9 times out of 10 right now, I have a firearm. But the mace was like, well, what if I'm going somewhere I can't carry it? And I went to test it one day, and it didn't shoot anything out. I was like, well, that's not great if I'm in a precarious situation. So
for sure,
if you have it, test it. Don't waste it all. Then you're going to have an empty can. But at least like shoot it off once so you can kind of gauge the distance and how far it goes. But,
yeah. Or buy 2 and then see how long. Like do some tests with it outside, away from your house where there isn't a draft going inside.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. A big one for me now that we have, well, even with 1, but especially now with 2, is don't assume the other parent has the kid. There were a lot of times, and I'd rather be over paranoid and over anxious than sorry. So we'd stop at a rest stop and I would lock eyes and I'm like, hey, I am taking Nova. You have Riker. Because I didn't want one of us to go in and assume, oh, well, Jake had Riker. I'm just going to take Nova here. And then either Riker's alone in the car or outside. Like every scenario runs through your brain when you're a mom, I think. But just like quadruple checking. Like, do you acknowledge what I'm saying? I have one of the children.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Because, I mean, when you have multiples like that, I don't know how you deal.
Yeah.
I guess this is kind of along the same lines, and it's, I guess, a little dark. But take a picture of them in the outfit that they're in as you're on travel days, or you go in like heavily populated areas. You want to be able to. I don't know, I've seen lots of things on Instagram where women are like, or like certain safety experts, or whatever, are like, I'm looking for a little boy. He's wearing a red shirt with blue
yell
pants.
out loud right away.
Yeah, don't search in silence.
Yeah.
Make it very known that you're looking for your child, and all the parents will be like, I'm on patrol. Basically, all the good parents will be like, how can I help this fellow parent find their kiddo?
This is not on our list, but it's another one that I will do, I don't even know, indefinitely until I feel like Riker's too old. But I've seen a lot of videos of parents saying, parents who've had that situation happen, they would let their child go into the restroom and someone was in there and changed their clothes really quick. And I know.
Or there's that horrific story of someone buzzing their child's head.
Buzzing the child's head. The shirt was different. And it's just, there's too many scary things out there, which not to like fearmonger, but it's true. It's real life and things are happening. But I take my kids in the stall with me. And I have friends whose sons are a lot older than Riker and they just kind of know, all right, mom's going to the bathroom, turn around. And I asked her, I was like, how long do you do that? And she goes, till I'm not comfortable. It's like, okay.
So they can defend themselves.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So even if I had both kids or Jacob has both kids, it's like, you're going in the stall with me. Just turn around, don't look. Or if, I don't know, they're little. So what is that? What is that? What is that? It's like, well, then ideally we almost always go into the big one just because we all fit. And I usually have to change a diaper anyways. And there's almost always that little koala or an elephant on the changing station. And I'm like, count the elephants and trying to do what you're not supposed to do and pee super fast and like ruin your pelvic floor. But I'm like, how many elephants? What color are there? Get it out fast. Nobody look.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good tip. My last one is just, so we went on a trip recently where we stayed in a lovely family's home, which was wonderful. But there was a lot of people there that we just don't know. And you just don't know. You just don't know. You don't know everybody. And also, we were spending a lot of time outside. So as Leo was napping, we just went to Walmart and grabbed like a $40 baby monitor that I typically would not like because of EMFs, but that's a topic for another conversation. But it's $40 temporary. Again, do the best you can with the time and resources that you have. So we just went and spent $40 on a baby monitor that we plugged in that reached outside. So
and
I could
it didn't need Wi-Fi. We were in a terrible service area, which was beautiful. No one could contact me. It was so nice.
Yeah.
But it didn't require Wi-Fi. It was just...
It was great. And we
Bluetooth,
could just...
maybe? I don't know how things work.
Probably Bluetooth. But like, I could see that she was safe while also going and sitting on the swing.
Yeah.
You know.
Having a conversation with a fellow adult.
Yeah. And it's a small safety precaution. But like, that brought me a lot of peace of mind in that moment. But that's all that I have, folks.
Yeah. I thought of something else. Not with safety, but with stuff. My kids have their stuffies or their stuffed animals, and they have very specific ones that, they have those. They're theirs. They love it. And we couldn't go on a road trip without them, but I was very overprotective of where they took it. Like if we'd stop at a rest stop, I want to take baby. It's like, sorry, baby has to stay in the car because we're not losing this baby. I don't know how to replace it. You got it as a gift when you were a newborn. Like it's irreplaceable. So,
okay.
So take their stuffies, but I've heard so many moms that are like frantic or posting on Facebook like, hey, we stayed at this hotel. Nobody saw it. Someone just let me know. We'll pay for shipping. So just double check that you have your stuffies or your children will be very sad.
My kid hugs anything. He's like, give the couch a hug. And she's like, oh,
okay.
So we're not there yet, but I'll see in like a year or so and she'll probably love it. But thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys. If you like the content. I thought of
another one.
Go ahead.
It's an important one.
Okay.
So sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
But travel potty. One of my kids is potty trained, one is not. And we stopped every 20 minutes for the guys anyways. But I have seen moms do this, and I didn't do this, and I regretted it. I was supposed to grab it, but we had a little kids potty in my office or in the bathroom of my office. And we left right after I got out of work one day, and I was like, I'll just grab the potty on the way out. And I forgot, and I regret it. But if you use the travel potties, you get like a gallon Ziploc bag, and you set it over the potty basin. And then if they have to go on the side of the road, they're like sitting on the toilet. You can still wipe them. You just Ziploc it and call it good. We didn't do that, and my son had to poop, and we were 2 hours away from any gas station on either side. So my 4-year-old pooped on the side of the road with my village of people holding luggages around him to shield him from cars. So,
oh, buddy,
a travel potty. I didn't do it, and I meant to do it, and I regret not doing it.
Put it in your Amazon storefront.
Yes, baby potty.
Yeah. Look at you making lists. Good for you, girlfriend.
I'm going to remember this time.
Good. Well, all I was going to say is that like we are a new podcast, and though we've had like a couple of reels pop off, that's usually how people have found us, which is great. We're excited that you're here. If you could leave a review wherever you're listening, that helps other people find us and makes us able to get more content out to you guys. Because hopefully it would be great to get paid for this podcast someday.
It'd be wonderful.
Because we're already working moms. It would be great to have another source of income. I'm sure you guys can relate to that, to like just do what you can to help your family prosper. And that's all. We're just trying our best.
Yes.
I think we should just have a trying our best.
We should.
Or doing our best or some type of shirt. Would you buy a shirt? Let us know.
Just doing our best? Yeah. Or
trying our best?
Just trying our best. I don't know. Comment below what you think.
Are we going to have a cricket party?
Or yes, we are. Okay. Have you seen the cute shirts? I like when they have them on the sleeve.
Yeah, I like that too. Or like the itty bitty font, like in like there's a pocket.
Yeah, or like up the collar. Just trying my best. Like,
yes. I love it. So love it. Well, leave a review.
Yes.
If not, we still appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for being with us today. Follow us on Instagram at @underthesun_podcast. We'd love to meet you.
Please help us out by subscribing on YouTube and leaving a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next time. Please remember this information is made available to you for informational and educational purposes only. It is in no way a substitute for medical advice.